Can you hear me now? Hello? Okay, I think the sound should be working now, but obviously there is a little bit of a delay, so I will just wait. There you are. Yay! Thank you. Okay, so that is one of the little... Can you hear me now? Good. That's one of the little hiccups that I was hoping to iron out this evening, because obviously things are very, very different. Scene-wise, I have made a lot of changes. I've been wanting to kind of do something for a little while, but what really made it come to a head and made it kind of a necessity was that I was getting a lot of reports that some people were not allowed or not able to see the replay for the chat when they were watching the replay, even though I had the little thing enabled on YouTube. And then I had other reports that, oh, if I refresh it, sometimes it comes in. I was like, I don't want to deal with that, because apart from taking the little thing, and there's like a couple of other little things I can do on my end, like there isn't much control I have over whether the replay of the chat is available. But what I can control is if the chat is embedded into the stream itself, like I have done right here. So unfortunately, I actually cannot test any of that without being live, and I can't do it like on private or unlisted, which is how I often run my tests. So I am probably going to be messing with settings of that tonight as we are chatting, because I would like it to be a little bit darker and more readable. I can see it perfectly fine, but I also know that a lot of people are on much smaller screens than I'm on, or have other vision restrictions where something higher contrast would work better, and I think darkening it up would help a lot. Hey, Pauline. And I don't think I specifically said hi, Ackman. Thank you for being here. You were gonna suggest a contest for tonight? What kind of contest? Whoa, excuse me, I'm curious. While I am waiting, I am just gonna make a couple of changes to the stream, to the chat box specifically, on the go. So at some point you may see it updating. I just have to figure out how to do this, because I am also quite new to all of the settings. So I need to figure out exactly how all this works. Okay, I think that will make it darker. All right, someone do me a favor and type something in the chat so I can see if it worked. Okay. Nope, I think I broke it. Wonderful. Let's see, one that would win an Erin Condren gift certificate at how long until a cat made an appearance on camera? Yes, that did not last very long. It is good to know that when I make updates on my end to the chat, that it clears out the chat. It would be nice if it was if it didn't do that, but that's okay. Yes, for some reason, right when I'm starting streaming, Coco likes to come on and say hi to me. I am going to be putting test chat messages in there from time to time, so just be aware of that. Again, I am using this as an opportunity to both hang out and test my setup. Okay, so I think I might have broken it. Wonderful. Let's try that. I should have a cat named Chanel, so you can have Coco Chanel cats. Yeah, that would be cute, but I also feel like that is how it's spelled. I feel like that might be a little too it would be adorable, but it might be just a little too much, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, I am messing around with the chat box. I hope that is not annoying anybody too much or making anyone feel sick or anything. So I bought this whole overlay pack that I'm using off of Etsy, and okay, well, better than nothing. Sorry, it's still not doing exactly what I want. That's okay. I will work at it. So anyway, the original package that I got, everything was animated, not just the starting soon screen, but like this whole thing was animated, and it was literally making me motion sick just to start it up, and I had to spend like a half an hour. Actually, it was more, but I had to spend so much time trying to figure out how to disable the stupid motion. The stars moved around, that was cool, and then it had a little thing here where like the text like went here and in and out, and I felt like, especially for the screen share, it was just too much. That would be a cat. I put her down and she jumps immediately back up. Okay, if you want to be here, you're gonna have to say hi to YouTube. Hi 𝗪𝗫𝗍, thanks for showing up. Oh my god. I swear I didn't hurt her. I was just holding her. I swear I didn't do anything bad to her. I should not be so concerned about it, but the fact that I can't get the chat to like darken up is really bugging me. Oh, it's because I have the opacity turned down. That would be why. Okay. Someone put something in the chat. Well, no, I'll just do it. I'll just put test in the chat. It's kind of frustrating on my end because there's like a delay from when something goes in the chat to when I'm actually seeing it there on the screen in the little chat thing. There we go. Okay. I think that's a lot more visible now. Yay! Very excited. And then, as you can see with this overlay, there's that. Let's see, how do I put to it? There's that box there. I couldn't figure out what to do with it, so I just threw a quote in there, and I might keep it, I might change it every time, I might change it every week, but we shall see. Thanks for joining, Sarah. As you can see, I am testing out a new streaming setup and everything, so it's just exciting stuff. Very, very exciting stuff. And I am just trying to work out all of the kinks. That homeschool life, thank you for showing up. As you can see, well, I need to stop repeating myself because it's going to become very annoying very fast if I do. But yeah, I'm testing things because I was adding new things to the site. Yeah, that homeschool life. I know it's kind of fancy. I'm not sure if you saw, but we were having some issues with the chat replays on YouTube, and I mean, there's really, on my end, there's a checkbox I can check, and then I found out there's a couple things I can also do that accidentally disable it, but apart from those two things, there's not much I can do. So I decided to take matters into my own hands, and at first I was thinking that I would just make my own overlay, but it was taking a long time, and I was like, I can just go buy one that's pre-made on Etsy, and then it still took me a long time to set it up, but it is what it is. Yay! So thank you for being my guinea pigs and for showing up. I very much appreciate it. Obviously, this is kind of a chill hangout. I probably should have planned something specifically to talk about, but I didn't. It was just like, hey, let's sit down and chat. tomorrow is specifically planner news, so I didn't want to like go over everything. Not that there's like a ton of stuff that I have like for news this week, so I'll have to figure something out. The teacher lesson planner is the really big one that's coming up, but we don't really have much new info for another few days. Well, there's a big letdown this weekend compared to last weekend. Yes, I agree. Last weekend was like so exciting, and then I was like riding high for the first half of the week, and then I was like, okay, I was like crazy busy, and then I had to catch up on my Etsy shop stuff, and then once I was done with that and I took a day or two to relax, now I'm like, okay, what do I do with my life now? Like, I have to wait for my planner to come, and then there'll be like a whole big unboxing stream, and that's going to be very exciting. And then, I mean, hopefully, we'll start having other big launches. We definitely have the teacher lesson planner coming up. I think I need to make this a little bit wider. I'll think about it, because you guys can't see me as I'm talking with my hands, and if I have Kiki with me, then she'll be like even more out of frame than normal. It's very sad. Acme, you got your order from Sunday on Friday. The Monday order will not be here until after May 8th. Yes, my order is not supposed to ship until, I actually brought it up right before this, between, what was it, May 8th and May 13th. My guess is that it will ship closer to May 8th, because I don't think I personalized pretty much anything. And I know from personal experience that if you don't personalize stuff, then your orders definitely come sooner. Let's see. Did you see the stuff that is coming out in the July, the notice that came with my order? I have not. Okay, here, this is my own beef. There's like information that's going out that for some reason like isn't being shared to affiliates, even though we're like supposed to get information. Like that, like a lot of times we do get early information and stuff like that, but like what, for instance, when they announced the release date for the teacher lesson planner, no email, no post in the affiliate Facebook group, like even saying like, hey, this is the date. They referred to the fact that the date had been announced, and then I had to go track it down on the Erin Condren website. For anybody who has not heard, the release date for the teacher lesson planner is May 16th. I will not be ordering a teacher lesson planner. Maybe I'll order some accessories, probably not, we'll see. But it would be fun, you know, maybe I'll like do a live poke around the site, or maybe if it's releasing in the evening my time again, like the LifePlanner did, we can do kind of a live like, ooh, it's releasing and all that sort of stuff. I don't have prices or anything like that, because I know a lot of you guys are asking about that. I think I can say that there is an affiliate town hall tomorrow evening for the teacher lesson planner, like there was for the life planner. And so assuming that there's like real good like inside info and details as to like how the like, you know, I'm trying to you know, like with the life planners, they gave, you know, a little bit of background information about like what the design process looks like and things that they consider, and you know, they went into detail with a few different things. So anyway, hopefully we'll get the same for the teacher lesson planner. So even though the affiliate town hall is tomorrow, the embargo does not lift until the 10th, which is Tuesday of next week. So since I stream Mondays and Thursdays, I haven't yet decided if I'm gonna have time to do like a special stream going over that on Tuesday. I'm thinking I won't, which means that I'll have to wait until Thursday to talk to you guys about that, but probably I'll do something very similar to what we did for the life planners, where we have a stream where I go through all of my detailed notes about everything that was talked about, and if there are some affiliates that will let me use their pictures, then I can show you those. I'm not as familiar with the teacher lesson planner, so with the LifePlanner, there are things that I can just like off the top of my head say, oh, that's a change, that's really interesting. I can't really do that with the teacher lesson planner nearly as well. I have been sent them in the past for PR, but I was not sent it this year. Not only did I get I didn't even get my application in because I missed the deadline, but they also prioritize teachers, which makes them a lot of sense. Tell them your followers want a 7x9 teacher planner. I definitely can pass all of this along, and I also pass along most, if not all, of the links to my streams, especially where we focus on Erin Condren stuff. So I usually email links to Tori. I've been kind of bad about it lately, so the other day I just emailed her like, here's like the last 8 streams that I did where I talked about you guys, and here are all the links. But so in theory, they probably don't, but in theory they could come watch the stream and go and look through the chat and see what you guys are saying, but I can definitely pass that feedback along as well. Okay, we're gonna do a couple things. One of the things is going to be testing another scene that I have here for the screen share, but let's also go ahead and go to the Erin Condren website and take a little look at what is there, because I was poking around it, I think it was yesterday, and I saw a couple interesting things. So, all right, hopefully this will work. Okay, I think it's fixed. So on my end, I can see that it should be fixed, so I'm gonna talk as if it is, and then you guys can tell me if it is not. So the story about the sound here is that when I was test streaming last night, I was watching a bunch of different YouTube videos on how to set things up, and I was live but on private, and I wasn't sure exactly how YouTube's copyright stuff worked, so I muted all of the mics in my stream and I forgot to unmute them. So thank you for letting me know. Again, that is part of why we're here doing this. So anyway, here is my screen share, and for some reason I can't get the chat to be darker, but oh, I think I maybe know why. Okay, yeah, I think I just realized why it wasn't working. Anyway, I will do that as we are going, but I was poking around the Erin Condren website a couple of days ago, or maybe it was yesterday, something like that, because apparently I spend way too much time on the Erin Condren website. And I saw that some things were maybe interestingly updated would be a great way to put it. Hey Lynn, thanks for coming. Megan, I don't think I said hi to you yet. Did I say hi to 𝗪𝘗? If not, hi everybody. So anyway, not only am I testing my screen share here, which I hope is working out well, I might make some changes to this, but there was a, basically I can make my screen wider, because right now I'm just showing you like maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of my screen, but I would have ended up with blank space kind of right at the bottom, and I wasn't sure what to put there. So I just have my browser window adjusted. So anyway, I've been going to the sneak peek page so much over the past month that when I type in Erin Condren, it just defaults to here. So I find it really interesting that when you go to the sneak peeks page, the general launch has already happened and you can still see the sneak peeks. In the past, I'm pretty sure they've changed it so it auto directs to the LifePlanner page. But what I was looking at here is when I go to the teacher lesson planner, they have like, oh, the teacher lesson planner launches on, this day. And so the 16th, I'm going to assume that most of the people here, especially live, are Erin Condren insiders. For anybody who is watching the replay, if you are not an Erin Condren insider, I would highly recommend signing up for an account on erincondren.com. I do have a link down below that you can use to sign up and get $10 off your first purchase. That is an affiliate link, or you can just go to the website and sign up yourself. I don't think you'll get the $10, but full disclosure with the whole affiliate link thing. So for me, it was really interesting that they're saying like, oh, this is the day that it's back soon, but then they're putting like last year's planners here. Maybe that's just me being interested by completely unrelated things, but having come from the LifePlanner launch where they were giving us a bunch of information ahead of time, I don't know, it just feels a little weird. So Teresa, I don't think we're gonna get a sneak peek tomorrow because they have specifically told us that the embargo lifts on the 10th and we're not able to say anything except the launch day until the 10th. But maybe I would love to be proven wrong, and if we get a sneak peek tomorrow, we will talk about it in tomorrow's stream. And I would love to be proven wrong, but in my experience, the LifePlanner definitely gets the most fanfare as far as releases are concerned, and the other ones, while they definitely get announced and stuff, we typically don't get as much of a lead up because the LifePlanner is really the big launch, if you get what I'm saying, like on their end. So so Pauline is saying, I got multiple orders from Erin Condren with additional accessories and got color blends, additional stickers with $15 promo in the package. So so your planners already come. That is awesome. Now, when you mention the 15%, what I'm wondering is that the 15% in, have they changed the 20% off in the welcome packets to 15, or is that a separate 15 that they gave you? Very, very, very curious about that. So, oh, you get a back to school card in your order. Maybe that's where the 15 is. Teresa's asking, do I have dates on the academic release? I do not, but I'm pretty sure they kind of mentioned something on the website, kind of similar. No, maybe they didn't. I thought they had something similar to the teacher lesson planner for academic. My guess is the academic planner is going to be released sometime during May or June, and that unfortunately is not very much information. That's pretty much what I've been saying for the past couple of months, but I do not have any additional information, and this is not a situation where I know something and I can't tell you. I literally know nothing. So, sorry, I don't know. Okay, so there's a back to school collection card that has the 15% code on it, and you have to use it by October 1st. Cool, cool. I'm curious, when does school start in your guys' area? In my area, the elementary and basically school for kids starts the first Tuesday right after Labor Day, or sometimes Wednesday, but colleges don't actually start until the end of September. And I know that my area is one of the latest back to school, but I know in a lot of areas back to school time in the US at least will start like right after 4th of July and stuff like that. So to me, that's like really foreign, because like July, August, like isn't really even, I guess August is, but see, I'm seeing August. Yeah, I think my area must just be late. I remember when I was in college, but as I said, a bunch of the colleges, basically the state schools, all start later. And so when I was going away to college, by the time I was getting around to actually buying anything, that like all the back to school sales were over because they were, even in my area, they were focusing the back to school sales for the early September back to school people. I hear that in some areas we have a later back to school because traditionally kids have, or at least maybe more college aged kids, but like people have been needed for like harvesting and crops and whatnot, and so starting it later means that their summer break is a little bit later and they can help more. I don't know exactly how true that is, and if that is actually a factor now, or if it's more tradition than anything else. Okay, at least I'm not the only area that started school the Monday after Labor Day in September. It's funny, I went to high school normally in so I was homeschooled 1st through 7th grade. There were a couple of little blips in there, but for the most part, homeschooled the first 7 years of my schooling. And then I went to high school. It was a middle high school combo, but I went there 8th through 12th grade. Okay, having me zoomed in on this is like, camera is so annoying, by the way. I'm gonna have to fix it. No, I'll do it later. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know, because I'm like talking with my hands. I'm like, am I in frame? Am I in frame? I'm gonna have to change that. But anyway, my point is that when I was in 1st through 7th grade, we knew when school started, but we didn't like officially start school on that day. But what we did is called Not Back to School Day. And it's basically where the local amusement park hosted a day for all of the homeschoolers, and all the homeschoolers on the day that the kids were going back to school, we would all go ride the amusement park rides. So as a little kid, that was like Not Back to School Day. But my mom also would teach us stuff like during the summer sometimes, and we were a little bit more of like an unschooling philosophy. We were not entirely, but the unschooling philosophy is that kids are naturally inquisitive, or at least a lot of them are. And so if you can structure learning around their interests and really encourage that, then they will naturally want to learn and can learn a lot more easily than if you say you have to learn this at this time. My mom did do structured math with me, and we did some science stuff. I watched a lot of documentaries, took science classes. So I mean, like, there's all sorts of other stuff. But anyway, that was kind of my young schooling experience. And then when I entered 8th grade, I at least was right at grade level, and we didn't do a ton of structured school beyond math, and then, as I said, some classes. So anyway, yeah, that is my experience with school. And then when I went to high school, it was culture shock, but it was just very, very different. I was used to doing school for maybe 4 hours a day, max. You know, I'm there now for like, what is it, 6 or 7 or something like that. It was an interesting transition. I agree that homeschool life, May and September are awesome. In Portland, it can be quite rainy in the spring, but we usually get some nice weather in May, and then it gets rainy for June, if I remember correctly, and then sometimes at the beginning of July, but usually it gets nice by then. September is really it can go either way, and then sometimes we get good October. So, yeah, but growing up, a lot of my friends were homeschoolers, so because a lot of us had similar philosophies and we would do some school during the summer, even though there wasn't as much in the way of structured classes during the summer, but yeah, it was in some ways kind of a year-round thing. It was a little bit more loose than if you're going to a school and sitting down, but a lot of that is going to be a lot more individualized. My mom used a lot of Discovery Channel documentaries and she got some stuff out of the library, but she definitely would be like, okay, for Science Day, you're gonna watch this Discovery Channel documentary. And I watched a lot of the Magic School Bus, and I mean, it wasn't technically educational for me, but my sister watched this show on PBS. Sorry, it's OPB locally, but PBS nationally, called 𝗫𝗏𝗁𝗫, and when I ended up being in 9th grade, so freshman in high school, the math teacher was doing this like alternative math approach, and literally half of the curriculum was straight out of this kid show 𝗫𝗏𝗁𝗫 on PBS. I'm like, whoa, my sister was like 6 or something like that. I'm like, this is supposed to be algebra, and they're teaching this to 6-year-olds. So it is crazy what kids can comprehend and do when you present it the right way, if that makes sense. Like, you have to explain the concepts in age-appropriate ways, but I feel like kids can often grasp concepts that are a lot more complicated than we give them credit for. Yeah, I'm also not an expert in kids. The closest thing is that I helped volunteer with the Girl Scouts for like years. And when I say volunteered, like I was in Girl Scouts for a while, but starting, I think when I was 13 or 14, at like different Girl Scout, like big activities and camps and stuff like that, a lot of times they'll have the older girls be program aides and kind of volunteer and help out and stuff like that. And so I enjoy doing that so much that when I graduated high school, I just kept going to camp for a few years, and I was like an adult volunteer for a little while. So I was technically a registered Girl Scout until I was age 26. Yep, Girl Scout until 26. Not anymore, but at least back in the day, if you were volunteering, like really all you had to do to be like a technically registered Girl Scout was like pay $10. So like I say that as if it's like a huge achievement. It's not. I paid $10 and volunteered a week of my time. Technically, if you want to go by that, I think my brother was technically a registered Girl Scout because my mom volunteered at camp when I was younger, and he went to camp, and they had a couple of units for the siblings of the moms who volunteered there. This is like day camp. So so they had, I think it was like 2 groups of boys depending on age, and then they had like the little kids that were technically too young to go to camp, and they had a couple of groups for them so that they would have fun. And the boys, especially because they were a little older, like they were treated really well. Like they got to do a bunch of, like they got to do all the fun stuff that the girls did. They weren't like second-class citizens. They were like separated because they're the boys. Like, ooh, it's the boys. But anyway, okay. Whole rant about Girl Scouts in school. Used an Apple pencil in school, used a real pencil in school, not an Apple pencil. I still have memories of one of my teachers in high school having us take so many notes that my hand would cramp up so bad. And I took all my notes by hand in high school, so it shouldn't have been that bad. But it was that particular time. That teacher was usually really good too. He's like, you have to have all of this written down. It's like, seriously? Seriously? And then I realized in college that it's better to write it down yourself than to just have like notes passed out. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I mean, there really at this point on the Erin Condren website, they're still kind of writing the release of the life planners. I mean, with the monthly planner, that's another one that I expect to come out in the next couple of months. And if for anybody who has gotten their planner already, if you would be willing to take a picture of the card and send it to me, maybe like email it to me or something, that would be awesome. But I mean, I'll get mine in a week or two, so it's not a big deal if you don't have time. But if you do want to send me a picture, my email is in the description, but it's just toughwilliams@gmail.com. So I have to ask you to email because you can't post here. But yeah, let's see. I don't think I made a ton of holes in the paper from erasing too much. I could have just blocked it from my memory though. So I think, Pauline, are you referring to like the little welcome packet that comes with the planners that has the little thing where, I mean, I guess I can show these now, but because you guys can't steal my codes anymore because they're expired. Are you talking about like the new version of this? I don't think it specifically says welcome to the family, unless it says it on the other side. The other side says, at least last year, says hello friend. But they actually, I'm calling it a welcome packet because in the Erin Condren town hall, they specifically referred to it as the welcome packet. So they kind of see that as a thing. Yeah, I had to hunt mine out for this year, or from last year, I mean. So honestly, I haven't gone through these in a while. Oh, here we are. Yeah, there was a card that said welcome to the EC family. So yeah. And then I already showed you the little coupon thing. And then for I guess anybody who hasn't gotten a planner yet, there's a couple of little compliment cards. These are so cute, but I almost never use them. And then a couple of gift labels. And again, these usually don't get used, unfortunately, because usually when I'm giving gifts, it's either Christmas, and those aren't super Christmassy, or it's very obvious who it's to, and I don't have to say who it's to. Thank you for emailing me a picture, and if anybody is emailing me a picture that has like any coupon codes on it, I obviously understand if you want to black them out, but I will also promise not to use them and steal them from you. So whatever you feel the most comfortable doing. I don't think I'm planning on showing them on stream, but if I am, I will make sure that any coupon codes are blacked out, so that no one steals that from you, because it's the internet and you never know what people are going to do. So, okay. Since I'm not really doing anything with the screen share right now, I'm going to move back to the one that's just the webcam in the chat. I don't think we're going to have any more audio problems when I switch back, but please let me know in the chat if I do, and then I can fix it. Okay, I'm switched back, and on my end, it looks like the audio should be working, so we should be okay. Yay! Also, apparently, There's so many things that I'm exploring now for streaming. Apparently there's a way to do polls in the chat. I need to figure that out because I think that'd be so much fun. Like right now, if I could do a poll that, oh, thank you, Sharisa, for saying that you can hear me okay. I think it'd be cool to do a poll and like actually get the percentage of like who ordered what and actually see the breakdown. I probably what I would do is I would do a like what layout poll did you order and then a what theme poll did you order. I wouldn't like say list all your accessories or anything like that. And then there is also a way that I can apparently add I will go read my Ko-fi messages. Sorry, I've been I've been doing other stuff the past couple of days and have not gotten around to it. Checking it over the weekend. You've sent me all sorts of awesome stuff. Ooh, pictures! Thank you! Ooh, pictures from your trip to Erin Condren. That is so exciting. Oh, I'm so jealous. I totally forget where I was. Oh, so apparently I can set up a bot for the chat that will allow me to like essentially program links into the chat, which could be kind of cool for like, you know, hey, if you want to check this out, I'm adding the link to the chat specifically that way for anybody who is watching live. You could click on it just from the chat. You wouldn't have to like go down to the description or anything like that. So, oh, so exciting. Ooh. I do not want to put you on blast, but would it be okay if I showed these pictures on stream? I don't think there's anything from where I am on the Ko-fi page that would be any personal information of yours. But I can also download them and do it that way just to be safe. There's one where you sent me the card for the back to school collection, so I might not want to show that tonight so I can read over it and make sure I'm not giving away any coupon codes. But I don't want to share any of your photos with anybody until you give me the okay. And again, it is perfectly fine for you to say that you would prefer if I do not. Oh, you already blacked out the code. Great. Okay. All right. In that case, let me take a look here on my end real fast. Just wanted to double check. All right, yeah, so I just need to figure this out. There's like a download button on the Erin Condren website, or not the Erin Condren website, on the Ko-fi website for the photos, but for some reason it's not actually downloading them to my computer, it's just opening them. Oh, I see, I have to like save it as. All right, I am going to... Nothing on the trip was bad as far as I know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that the trip itself was bad. I guess, like, I don't know. You know, you have to be careful when you're sharing stuff online, and so it's just one of those, like, oh, you know, let me be as careful as I can. So I think if you're okay with it, what I'm gonna do is I'm literally just gonna do a screen share, and we'll just open each of them up because this is cool. So, okay, looks like the sound's still working. Great. Let me scroll back up and we shall start at the beginning. So, oh, every time you send a new one, it goes back down. So we start with the store. And I don't think it will let me make it smaller. so I just have to like scroll. So annoying. We'll make it bigger, but not smaller. Yeah, it doesn't even let me fit it to screen. They had 2 of the last seasonal surprise boxes, and here Erin Condren says they sell out and they have them in store. They probably put a certain number aside for in the store, but yeah, and I mean, not that I would expect it not to, but this place like just screams Erin Condren. Enjoy the magic of putting pen to paper, and then it looks like there's, is that an 𝗬𝗏𝗡𝗏 thing? Yeah. Woo! So exciting. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Again, I have to scroll back up. Sorry. But we're gonna go in order. Okay. So this is the box when it came. I'm not gonna blow that up just because it is all packaged up. And then it looks like this is all the stuff that you got. Oh, this is the Irvine, California star. Oh, of course, it is beautiful. Oh, so pretty. Your pens and washies. I'm just gonna like squee over this. It just looks so pretty. I like the way that the color of the inside of the box as well as the tissue paper kind of coordinates with a lot of the like oranges in the planner. I mean, I know it's kind of here, but I love the way they do that. I mean, it really feels like you're opening a present to yourself, and like it's packaged all nicely. And I mean, I'm assuming it came with some sort of bubble wrap, because in my experience it does. But yeah. Oh, so you got a full-size ruler for 7x9. For some reason, I thought that they said that they were going to just have a shorter ruler for both. But I don't think the old rulers went down the whole thing. I think I have a ruler handy if I, in my whole pile of planner stuff that's around here. I had a ruler. I just don't know which one it was in. No, I don't know what planner it was in. I must have gotten that wrong. That is cool that they have the full ruler. Oh, the only bubble wrap is on the bottom of the box, not wrapped around the package. I've had it in the past where it's kind of wrapped, I want to say it's wrapped around the tissue paper. Maybe it depends on what you get and how much extra space there is in there. Yeah, I definitely want to hear about the ruler sizes when you get your A5. And then I'm also getting a 7x9 and an A5. So I will be able to take a look at that too. Okay, that homeschool life, it's a very good point. Erin Condren does and has made a point of saying like they try to like, they don't like to destroy stuff. So like that's where the whole, like there was a line missing in the first print run of the 7x9s, not the 7x9s, the compact verticals. And it took me a little while to find the thing where they said it, but they did specifically say that they don't like destroying product, and then at some point in a future date, they will be offering them at a reduced price. They did not say when specifically. Yes, they did take away the box from the planners, and I think we talked about this privately, but I don't think I talked about it specifically on stream. Excuse me. But when the year that they raised the year they introduced the box, they raised the price. And part of the justification was that they added a box. And I want to say it was like a good $10 more or something like that. They're like, between the box and inflation, it's more. And now the 7x9 is the only one that they're saying didn't go up in price. Maybe some of them did, but in the affiliate town hall, they specifically said the 7x9 price has not changed. And they did not say like some of them changed and some of them haven't. They like specifically singled out the 7x9, and there's no box. So in reality, the price has changed. They've just taken away part of the package. Now, as a personally, do I actually care that much about the box? No, I don't usually use the boxes much. So, but it is one of those things that I feel like the marketing could be seen as slightly, I wouldn't go so far as to say deceptive, misleading maybe. So, okay, that homeschool life, you have an excellent point. I agree. I would rather get the box than the professional calendar. I don't usually throw them away or recycle them, but I mean, I think you guys saw when I went through all of my old planners, like a bunch of them are just still in the back. And then I cleaned out my desk last year. I had like a whole computer, it wasn't necessarily a computer malfunction, but yeah, I mean, it was a computer malfunction. Anyway, I took the opportunity, because I had to change my setup, to clean out my desk, and I had like so many perpetual calendars that had just stacked up. Because the idea is you can move it from planner to planner, and you can keep things like birthdays, but you get a new one with each of your planners. So anyway, I don't personally use them. Okay, links, that is a good point. Some people do like them, and I think the idea was that you could put it in a box like when you're done with it and kind of keep it on a shelf, and for that purpose that would make it very streamlined. I am not nearly organized enough, and I understand the irony of that statement, to put all of my old planners in boxes. They just don't end up on my bookcase. And I'm having some camera issues, I think. Let me try to get this sorted. Can you guys still hear me at least? Maybe no. Okay. Okay, you could hear me at least. That I should definitely have something set up so that if for some reason I can't get my face camera to work, you guys, you don't have to look at the whole like EOS webcam utility isn't working message. This is probably bugging me so much more than it's bugging any of you guys, but it is bugging me really bad. Okay, so this is what happens when you have like a million things plugged into your computer. Links, I'm glad that the chat sidebar is helpful. We had some issues with the replays, and so I took it upon myself to come up with a solution. And now my camera doesn't want to turn on. And of course I didn't set up this new setup with the webcam in my laptop yet, because I just got it set up last night. Huh. Well, this is annoying. Okay. Huh. Usually, so when this first went down, my camera was showing the preview of me on it, and then I just couldn't, it wasn't connecting to the computer. And now there's no preview on the camera, which makes me think that there's something else that's bigger going on, which is lovely. So here I am, like, crawling around trying to figure it out. If I can't figure it out in the next couple of minutes, I might just continue with just the screen share. hit my head on the desk trying to go downstairs. A cat, so there are like, I was gonna say there are like 3 cables. There are actually only 2 cables. YouTube is giving me errors now. I don't know if you can hear me, but I just typed something in the chat just in case. It's saying that it wasn't getting enough of a signal. But if I remember correctly, last time we had issues with signal. Okay, at least you can still hear me. Okay, I literally just moved the thing so I could see if the video is still going through. Last time I had issues with signal, I was gonna say, when streaming, which granted was a long time ago, the sound still worked. So let me, I think at this point, there's a couple different things. Oh, so I was gonna say is that there are 2 cables on my camera. There's the cable that plugs it from the camera into the computer, and then there's also the cable that is my AC adapter, so I don't have to worry about the battery running out. So the cable that plugs the camera into the computer seems to be working fine. Okay, I don't know if it's working fine, but everything's connected. The power adapter is under my desk, and I will attempt to crawl down there again without hitting my head to see if I can get that, to see if that is something that came undone. You'd be surprised. I'm like literally jinxing myself and I'm knocking on wood right now. I'm like usually not superstitious, but like the knock on wood thing is like my one thing. Usually the cats are pretty good about not unplugging things. Okay, update. I found something under my desk that I think was unplugged, but I didn't fully commit to testing it or to going down. I have to like crawl all the way under on my back to see what's going on down there. And I wasn't willing to fully commit to that, and the camera's still not working. It doesn't feel super warm or anything. Okay, let me try to get my my camera from my computer put in on the fly. Give me a sec. I need to grab my glasses again. And then once I do this, I'll get caught up on the chat, and then we can continue. Thank you for thank you for being patient while I deal with this. I've tried turning the camera off and back on about 7 different times at this point, but I will admit that sometimes I forget. So thank you for reminding me. kick it. I'm not kicking my camera. I do not have enough money to replace it. I mean, it is 10 years old, but it still should work well. And now the whole, like, and now me just like adding a webcam. Okay, here we go. I think it might be working now. Oh, I cover up my webcam with a 𝗬𝗲𝗂𝗂𝐻. Okay, sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. There. Behind the scenes, the curtain has been lifted. And I'm really not looking at the chat right now, so we shall figure that out in a minute. Okay, so the angle, in my opinion, is not nearly as flattering. Oh, thank you for the welcome back. But at least you can see my beautiful face now. So, okay, let me get caught up here. Okay. The friction fine liner erasables. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check those out. You talking about the running commentary? Well, I mean, hopefully I'm at least entertaining, even if you're laughing at me and what I'm doing. The Erin Condren gels look really cool. I'd love to try those things. So Ackman, I saw your picture of the pen display and I know we talked about it. I was really excited to like look at it a little bit more. Oh, and that homeschool life, thank you for saying I look great. I think part of it is just like everybody is kind of self-conscious, and I've gotten to the point where I can come on camera without makeup, and it sounds silly, but like even that took a while. So here is the card, and that's the code that's been blacked out. Thank you for doing that for me. So apart from the code, nothing too exciting on this one. Though some of these, maybe it's just the angle, some of these seem to have a slightly different transparency property, like in the middle here, than the actual planners do, and that's why I was thinking maybe it's just the lighting, because the ones on the edge definitely look tissue papery, but the other ones, the ones here, I think it might be the way the light's catching the ink or something. HMB, the box, are you talking about the box in the last image or something else? Oh, here's the back to school collection thing. So here is the card coming in July. This is the first look I've gotten at this. I might have to cover this tomorrow during the news stream because this is awesome. Okay, so these backpacks are adorable, absolutely adorable. My guess is that they will not fit my laptop, which is a little annoying, but that is kind of what you get when you have a 15-inch laptop. Ooh, this. Okay, let me actually look. Okay, so number one, pastel functional planner sticker book. Okay, so kind of, it almost looks like a pastel color blends. Does anyone agree with me? And then two, the personalized backpacks, on-the-go organization system in a beautiful, durable, customizable canvas backpack. I will say I will definitely be applying to get the back-to-school stuff for PR because this stuff looks so adorable. So yeah, a lot of times Erin Condren will be like, It has a laptop sleeve, you know, for different things. They have different laptop sleeves, but I have a 15-inch laptop, and a lot of these are for 13-inch, and they don't make that super obvious. Yeah, $92 is a lot. Like, but I mean, $65 is pretty expensive for a planner. So, like, on one hand, yes, I agree, but on the other hand, like, what did you expect to some extent? But Erin Condren does have some stuff that's really affordable, so I guess I shouldn't get them on them too much. But if you go to the, oh, what are they called? The bags. Here we go. Where is it? The planner totes. That's what I meant. And they're like weekender bag. I forgot about those. I mean, these are 110. They're crossbody bags. Like, these are a little bit less. Like, they're smaller. I mean, I actually have one of those. Again, sent to me in PR. I like, you know, again, full disclosure. Here we go. The crossbody tote is what I was talking about. So the one that's leather is 120. And then the one that's just canvas, which is the one they sent me, is 60. And then if you, I think it comes with one strap, and then you can buy additional straps. So, I will say that these are pretty sturdy. I used mine to carry my laptop and a bunch of stuff around for a summer while I was in New York. And like, when I was like going to a co-working space, so I had to bring my planner and my laptop and pens and like a whole bunch of stuff, and it's still looking great for the most part. The biggest problem, there are two problems, and these are like more my issues than their issues. The first issue is that they sent me a gray one that doesn't appear to be on the website, but I was wearing jean shorts, but jeans at the time that like they had dye that would sometimes rub off, and so I ended up with some like kind of blue spots. And then the other thing is that they cat hair is just everywhere at my place. So again, neither of those are the issue with the bags. They do, let me click into them though, because here I can talk about like the whole laptop thing that I was talking about. So they say like, oh, there's a space for like a laptop here, but it doesn't fit a 15-inch, it only fits a 13-inch. And they have like other laptop sleeves. I mean, I guess this says can fit 13-inch laptop, but yeah, it was like, oh, you wouldn't have had to make it much bigger. But change the sort order from most popular to see all of them. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do price high to low. Okay, so there are some that are more than this. Okay, we're gonna do alpha. Seriously website. Let's do alphabetical A to Z. So as I said, there are two sizes of bag. There's a crossbody bag, and then there's a bigger tote. And I don't know if I know where my crossbody bag is, but I know where my tote is. So I could show you guys those pretty easily. Let me, that homeschool life, you do have a very good point about backpacks for kids being really expensive, or like paying that much for a backpack, especially when you do have backpack companies like JanSport and whatnot that come with lifetime guarantees. And I mean, maybe I'm way out of line with like the prices, but because I got mine secondhand, but I think they're like 25 or 30 bucks, like, or at least some of the cheaper ones are. I have to say this, I wouldn't buy another one. Well, I didn't buy that one technically, so again, sent to me for PR, but this leopard's adorable. and the darker color would not rub off on my color bleeding jean, or the bleeding jeans. Ooh, the Hello Kitty strap. Very, very cute. Okay, this is the one they sent me. Not that you needed, like, I mean, I told you a lot, but yeah, this is the one they sent me. Very, very cute. Okay, I think we're getting into all the folios now. Okay, I have one of these pen folios, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but let me just talk about it really briefly. I don't have room on my desk or near my desk to keep this, but it is really nice to have a place for all of my different colored pens to like be just like in a place that I could actually see them, so they're not just like in a pile. So it's one of those things that, like, if you have the space where you're going to use it, or you plan on carrying it around and you don't mind how big it is, then they're great. If not, then they're not necessarily worth it. But when I say like big, like we're talking like big, like bigger than 8.5 by 11. Like it's probably like 11 by 17. Yeah. Yeah, they used to have a ton of straps on the website and just in general, and they've just kind of, I don't know if they've been specifically phasing them out or if it's more of a like, oh, we're not going to carry a ton of them anymore. Okay, we might look back here later, but yeah. Ackman, yes, the pen folio is like twice the size of a normal folio. So, this backpack is cute though. I will just say that it's cute. Number 3, it looks like those are petite planners. Softbound academic planners, lay flat, lefty friendly, personalizable school agenda, students love. Now with the new vegan leather designs. Okay, so how? I guess those. So they're bigger than the actual petite planners. I mean, it'd have to be for $30 a piece. And then, okay, it's weird the way they did it. Like it kind of goes around in a circle. Okay, those pens are cute. I need, what's that? Colorful fine liner pens. Yay! Fine pens. Erin Condren needs more color. Okay, they're getting better at it, but let's see. Write, draw, doodle, stencil, and enjoy all from fine lines with this colorful set of fine liner pens. I don't need those. I have fine tipped colored pens, and I'm getting some in my order, but yeah. Is this music? I honestly didn't have time to listen through every single song, so I'm sorry if it's really weird. I was trying to prioritize getting music on the stream, so like I listened to the first little bit of every song and the last little bit, but I didn't listen all the way through. I'm a bad streamer. Maybe I was just like needed to hold my horses. I felt like a lot of the music when I was going through it, like, I mean, a lot of streamers are gaming streamers. Oh, the music is loud. I'm very sorry. I will turn it down. Is that better? There. Let me know if that music volume is any better. I have ADHD too, so I mean, I think you're a wonderful test example. My goal is to be as friendly as possible to people with all different levels of, I don't necessarily want to say abilities, but with different needs. So for instance, I'm not going to go and do it now because I don't want to take the time, but I'm going to make the text in the chat a little bit bigger so that it's easier to see, especially on smaller screens. Just be careful and mute yourself again. It's very quiet now, neurodiversity. I mean, too quiet. Neurodiversity was the right term to say, so thank you. I should know that, but I didn't apparently. But, and then if you were here at the beginning, like I was talking about the chat and wanting to make sure it was a higher contrast, to make sure that people who don't have as much like color perception can still see it well. There's only so much I can do. Like I can't control the color of the names that come through, but my thought was, even if someone who was colorblind or had a hard time with that, at least they could see what people were saying, even if they couldn't see all of the usernames. That was the hope. So I could turn it up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it's like, and I'm sure, okay, that's about halfway between where it was and where I had it just now. So hopefully that is better. Ooh, I will go check Facebook in a couple of minutes. I want to finish looking at this. Actually, no, I'm going to check Facebook while I'm looking at this. Who am I kidding? Okay. So 5, arriving in August. This looks like it's some sort of stand, maybe a planner stand. Adjustable wood laptop. I need this. Oh my God. I so need this. Yes. I need this adjustable laptop stand. I've been like literally wanting a laptop stand to adjust the height of my webcam and my screen for purposes of sightline while I'm streaming. Unfortunately, when I check Facebook, I can't see the chat as well. So as it is, I have 3 streams. Not 3 streams, 3 screens. I have my laptop, which is here. I actually had to lower my chair when I switched to my laptop because otherwise my head would be up here. So I have my laptop here, and then I have 2 screens. I meant to only have one, and then I had this whole thing, and then my camera is like way up there, kind of looking down. So when I'm looking at that camera and I'm trying to like look at stuff, it's nice to have my eyes looking at something that isn't like way down there. So having that and not having to go with my current setup, which I have like a lap desk that my cats like to tear apart. My mom's gonna kill me when I give it back to her. But I have to put that on the desk just like whenever I do a stream, and then I take it off because I can't do normal work with it. So having an adjustable one that I could just kind of keep there all the time would make things so much easier. Yes. Oh, Desiree, that's sweet saying that I am considerate. I know that I get annoyed by things that don't bother other people, and one of my best friends from college is legally blind, and so I know that there are things that, you know, basically I've just like run into so many different situations where I'm working with different people that are not only neurodivergent but just have other things going on, and I just wanted to, you know, make it as friendly as possible for everybody because I want to be as welcoming as possible. Like yeah, we are inclusive here. It doesn't matter like if you're colorblind, have low vision, or have ADHD. Like there's only so much I can do if you're actually blind, because I show a lot of pictures and there's only so much I can do to describe it. But anyway, I do what I can with what I have to make it as accessible as possible. And if anybody at any point is watching any of my streams and there is something that you're having a problem with that makes it not super accessible, then please let me know. I don't want to promise I will like change everything up, but I'll do what I can within my abilities and within reason. I mean, that's kind of why I did the change up here, so that we could add the chat on the screen, so that we didn't have to worry about people just having, like, not being able to see it in the replay and having to go by context, because I know sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. So, moving on. Of course, I'm like real rambly, but that's okay. I'm always rambly. I should just stop apologizing for it and being like, I'm gonna be rambly. I know I'm gonna be rambly. Just, it's how I am. Okay, magnetic ballpoint pen duo. Huh. Oh, so the cap, that's amazing. I love that. That is like well worth the $12.50, because man, I don't like having caps. Well, okay, I don't mind having caps when I'm not using a ton of pens, but especially when I was in school and I had to like travel with my backpack, I was losing caps all the time. Oh, I'm glad that my rambling is part of my charm. All right, repositionable weekly whiteboard and notepad. Add more organization to your home office with this re-stickable whiteboard and refillable notepad. So I'm guessing this is the whiteboard and then this is the notepad that goes with it. That could be kind of nice for like grocery lists or things like that. I don't think I would personally use it, but that's cool. Yeah, having a clicky pen definitely helps you not lose the pen caps, but I'm the person, I mean, this is the ADHD talking, that I fidget a lot. And so one of the things I do to fidget is click the pen cap, and then it really bugs people. So if I have a pen and I'm going to be fidgeting with it, it's usually quieter to fidget by taking the pen cap on and off than clicking the pen, if that makes sense. I'll like do this, I won't even notice it, and my mom will be like, stop clicking the pen. I'm like, and we didn't figure out I had ADHD until I was 32 because looking back, there were like so many symptoms as a kid. Even like the stereotypical like textbook ADHD symptoms, but by the time I was at a point where I was actually in school, because I was homeschooled until 7th grade, by the time I was in 8th grade, I'd learned to mask it so much that it was not noticeable from the outside. Yeah, a lot of people do click pens. I think it's a combo of me clicking pens and my mom hating it. And so it's become an issue. I'm also the person that will like shake my leg sometimes if I don't have a pen to click, or if I'm trying not to, and it's gotten to the point a few times where like people have asked me to stop shaking my leg because I'm shaking the table. So in school, finally I figured out that like if I was gonna bounce my leg, at least make sure I wasn't touching the table. Gold bookmark ruler. Okay, I love that. I have one of Erin Condren's gold rulers. It has definitely seen better days, but this is their current one that's just a ruler. I know you can't really see the markings on it very well. It is really bent and stuff because it's been back and forth between my desk and my crafting table. They're not that far away from each other, so they just kind of, if I need something at one of them, I just go grab it from the other, and then vice versa. There's some things, I try to keep like a pen at each and scissors at each, but rulers tend to go back and forth because I am, I was gonna say a ruler snob. I'm not a ruler snob. My rulers are definitely beat up, but I love my rulers, so. Well, hopefully we have this one. That should be a pretty cool metal ruler. Calculator for number 9. This is one of those things that like between everybody having a cell phone and by the time like you really need a calculator for school, you really need like a graphing calculator or at least a scientific calculator. I'm not sure if that one's as practical, but it's definitely cute. But yeah, which I mean, and also computers typically have calculators too. I'm just not sure how practical that is for today's day and age, but yeah, it's cute. And then it looks like those are like dual tip pens. Color, Oh, I think you guys were talking about these and I totally skipped over it. Color changing brush marker 6. Okay. I so want those. I need those. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to have fun. I might use all the ink just doodling and like drawing nothing on paper that ends up getting recycled. That probably wouldn't be a good use of paper, but those are so cool. Let me check the website for rulers. I haven't honestly looked at rulers for a long time. And watch me have like totally butchered that spelling. That's something else that like for the most part, I don't think I've gotten too much sucked into that, but I have really terrible spelling. I think when I got my ruler, it was in the Focus collection, which is why I came over here. But yeah, they don't, you're right, they don't sell them anymore. Well, they're coming out with a new version. Probably they like discontinued the old and are doing the new now. They run out of stuff a lot on the website, and then they'll like say like, oh, out of stock for such a long time. It's actually quite annoying. Okay, there is, I hope they still have them because they're amazing. There is this pair of scissors on the Erin Condren website. Okay, they must be on like the regular one. And they're like travel scissors. I bought a pair. I got a pair or set. Yeah, it's a pair of scissors because it's like 2 blades in it. They don't have it anymore. Hopefully they'll bring them back. But oh, I need to go back here. There we go. They essentially fold down to be the size of a pen and can go in like your purse or something. And I'll be honest, I very rarely use them, but I got sent a pair for PR and then I bought a pair for both my mom and my sister. And they don't have them anymore. Though I have to say, they're amazing. I'm pretty sure I saw something similar on AliExpress. Yeah, it was basically these, except they're in a slightly brighter teal than this. So yeah, I don't know if they're actually TSA compliant. I've never tried, but they're great if you want to have a pair of scissors on the go. So there you go. They're not on the website anymore, but you can get them from Amazon. Let's see. I think that is it for this one, so we can go ahead and move on. Yeah, the heavy duty metal ones are okay. They're definitely like a different pair, a different kind of scissors. Like I get you on that. I don't have heavy duty metal scissors. I mostly, oh, I think my scissors might have gotten up. Oh, no, there they are. Mostly what I use are these. I got them when I was in college for my art class, and they're my favorites. But, you know, just normal scissors. Actually, a little bit smaller than normal scissors, but not like kitty scissors is my preferred size. The only issue, I mean, I have this with any scissors, not just these scissors. I have a scar on my thumb. Can you guys see that? There was a birthmark. It was deemed to be potentially cancerous, and it had to be removed, and it was one of the most traumatic experiences in my life. And so now if I use scissors for too long, this ring rubs up against the scar and it can get really uncomfortable. But that's any scissors that have a loop, you know, big, small, metal, not metal, anyway. So this is in the store. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm just blown away. I want to go to this store someday. I will go down to California one day and visit it. well, I know I'll go down to California at some point, so it's just a matter of where in California and if I'm near enough. JetPens has tube scissors as well. Cool. Good to know. Honestly, they're probably less expensive other places than they were at Erin Condren, but yeah. And all the stuff in the background. Yes, planner heaven being like, I'm not used to seeing like that many planny packs like stacked up or dashboards. Like I knew they were like a real store, obviously. I knew they had locations, but like, it's just so beautiful. I find it interesting though that they had space for 3 things here, and they did harmony neutral color blends in Bloom and not harmony colorful. I don't know if that is significant or just how it worked out. Yeah, 𝗬𝗓𝗓, having an Erin Condren store near your job, I am so jealous. So here is my dream, guys. I mean, it's not a very hard dream to happen probably, so it shouldn't be hard. Like, so I want to go to VidCon probably next year. I'm not going to be able to go this year for multiple reasons. I mean, money being one of them, still potentially pandemic, anyway. But it looks like this location might be a long drive, but within driving distance of Anaheim. And so hopefully next year for 2023, I'll be able to go to VidCon, and then I can go to the Erin Condren store as part of that. So that is the dream. That is the dream, because that's probably the easiest way I'm gonna be in vicinity of one. I have not seen one person on YouTube using or buying Harmony Colorful. That's interesting. And I was planning on buying Harmony Colorful before I ended up going for color blends. I think I said I was like 70 to 80% sure I was gonna get Harmony Colorful, and then the other bit I could go, get Harmony, the other percentage was Harmony Neutral, and I was not thinking I was gonna get color blends, and it just kind of like won me over. I totally forgot about 𝗀𝗲𝘁, 𝗬𝗓𝗓, and like other planner events. Oh my god. Okay, I'm still salty about this. There was a planner event in Portland, like within, I think it was like 20 or 30 minutes driving distance from me, like not far at all. And I didn't figure it out until 3 weeks after it happened. And it was like a big one. It wasn't 𝗀𝗲𝘁, but like it was one of the other like bigger ones, like it wasn't like a local, just local, like it was a bigger event. And I was just like, no, not only do I love planners, but I had my Etsy sticker shop at the time. It's like, this would have been perfect. But honestly, when you, maybe other people have had this experience before, when you try to find planner conventions online on Google, like just search, you get a lot of how to plan conventions, conventions for planners, for wedding planners, for event planners. I'm like, no, I want conventions for people who plan in planners. Yes. How hard is this for you to understand, Google? So yeah, I've tried so many times to like find events, and a lot of times I find out about them either after they happen or when they're just a few weeks out, because it's very hard to like do research like that. Like say you wanted to go to like a comic book convention or something like that. Like you could just search comic book convention on Google and you would probably get actually useful results. I did go to a planner meetup in my area once, which was a lot of fun, and then the dreaded plague happened shortly after that, and so that put a damper on all of my fun. That's okay. I think they've started up stuff again, but I'm still waiting for more case data to come out before I go back to normal, so I'm still isolating, which is why coming and hanging out with you guys is so good. I miss social interaction. Okay. We're already like an hour and a half in, and we have so many more pictures to go. Build your own marker pack. I was so excited when you told me about this. Okay, so choose 6 dual tip markers. Pack comes in pack markers in an empty case. That's just so pretty. Now, let's be honest, I have most, if not all of these, because I bought a big pack a couple years ago. But it's still so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, Desiree, if Go Wild was in your neighborhood, yeah. I would love to go to Go Wild or like a bunch of other, I mean, there are so many events that I would just love to go to. But alas, since that last one that happened in Portland, there hasn't been anything super close. I probably could go to something in Seattle. I have a friend there that I could stay with if I wanted to. Or I could just, you know, stay at the hotel. And then there was another one, I forget what it was, that was, it was nearish San Francisco. I forget the actual name of the place. But it was like far enough away that it was like, I couldn't save money by staying with relatives there. So I'm like, okay, my business isn't making enough for me to be able to justify it. I shouldn't do it. I should be smart. I'm sorry your PC frozen, you had to reboot. Heck, man, that sucks. You sat at the Planner Anonymous table, Desiree? That's awesome. I actually co-sponsored a table at, oh my, I'm blanking what planner event it was, but there was one. I got together with another sticker shop owner that we sponsored a table, and so we each sent, I think we each sent like $30 or $40 worth of stickers, and then got some decorations for the table and stuff like that. So, but I didn't go myself. It was a bummer. That's okay. I will go someday. I will go someday. Ooh, all the pens. Gel pens. All the pens. So, I'm sorry. I know my commentary probably sucks, but are those the seasonal surprise boxes? Because I'm not seeing anything else in boxes like that, and those are, from what I can tell, around the size of seasonal surprise boxes. And here are the list stamping pens. Since you guys told me that they don't have, that the Erin Condren ones aren't great and reliable, I definitely need to go find others because those are awesome. I want to try them. It is very possible that some of the pens in the back to school section will be in the seasonal surprise box. I know a couple years ago when Erin Condren released their, not dual, I mean, they kind of were dual, and the idea is like you have little like pen cartridges and then a tube, and you can like put it in so you can like create your own dual end pen. And they had like a mini pack in the seasonal surprise boxes a couple months before those came out. Keep looking at the pictures and you'll find out. Okay, well, I'm guessing that's a yes. More pens. Okay, fine tip markers. I don't need this many pens, but I very much want this many pens. I think I told you guys last time, like realistically, I use very few pens at a time, but I love collecting them. So. I don't think you can sign up for the seasonal surprise box as a subscription. I wish you could. It's just like you have to go buy it, but they usually send out an email when they're available. So if you keep an eye on your email and you're signed up for emails, you should get a notification. And then because I'm going to start doing weekly planner news videos, I can't guarantee it will make it in very shortly after because I'm doing them once a week. And if they're not, Like, it's possible they'll be released on a Tuesday, which means I won't mention them until the next Monday, but I'll try to remember to like do a community post or something. You're right, Agman. We don't need that many pens, but we want that many pens, so we need to get them all. Yeah, a lot of times the emails are a little inconsistent. One thing you can do, and I actually haven't done this and I should do this, in Gmail, you can, if that's what you're using and that's where it goes to like the promotional stuff, you can, if it's going to spam, you can like say that it's not spam, and then you can also like drag it to your main inbox and say like, I want stuff from this sender to go to the main inbox from here on out. I need to start doing that because currently I only get notifications on my phone for emails that go to my main inbox, and I would like to know as soon as those come out. So yeah. Yeah, it's, oh, the other thing about the texts, I know I've mentioned that a few times. Sometimes, a lot of times, the texts for the sneak peeks were coming through before the emails were. So I don't know if the system's just faster or what, but yeah, sometimes you get them early. And then I've also been known in previous years to just go to the LifePlanner preview page, like the morning I know the next preview is coming out, even if I haven't gotten the email yet, and just refreshed it, because a lot of times it will update before we get the, or before I get the email. I think I must be at the end of their list or something, because through the years I have signed up to Erin Condren under several emails, because I've done a couple of videos where I was like, here's how you check if you're signed up, here's how you sign up. And I had to have one that like wasn't signed up for the newsletter specifically to show how you do it, because it's a different page if you aren't signed up. And so I think I finally unsubscribed to them, but it was so funny because there was one year where like I was getting the sneak peek emails earlier to my throwaway email address than my main email address. I mean, we kind of looked at the totes on the website, but it's cool to see them like all side by side. I like how big these bags are. I don't need an overnight bag, but I very much want one. Yeah, my last name does start with a W, and my first name starts with the, well, okay, my nickname starts with a T. Tef is short for Stephanie, which is literally one letter better. So, though, now that I think about it, the email address that was getting them sooner had an email that started with a Y. So if they were going alphabetically, then that probably should have been worse. But my point is that they have a very confuzzling system in some ways. Looks like this is just the same, I shouldn't say just, oh, they just used the same picture in their displays on the website. It looks like it is the same picture that they're using in both places. Is that a planner box? Are they showing a planner box in there as part of the display when the planners don't come with planner boxes anymore? That's interesting. At first I thought that these were little keychains or something, but now I see that they're straps. I was like, they have cute little keychains? Ooh, the new Harmony strap. That's pretty. I didn't really end up using too many of the decorative straps though. I have one that is maroon and pink, I think. I don't know if it's still available, but it came out right when they were new. And I actually use it on another bag because the strap broke off of that one and it needed a replacement strap. So this one might be the one I was talking about. I can't quite see. I probably wouldn't honestly have bought a bunch of straps, but I have a bunch because Erin Condren's PR, you didn't used to have to apply to get PR packages. They would just send them. Or usually what they would do is they would say, hey, do you want this PR package? And sometimes they say what was in it and sometimes they wouldn't, and sometimes they just send it. I'm guessing they had significantly fewer affiliates back then. Now you apply and they choose if you're going to get the PR package. So there were several PR packages that came that had straps, and so I have a bunch of straps. And then I also, apparently there were, when the crossbody totes came out, so these, they had 3 physical like samples that went out, and I got one of them. So they sent me a few straps with that too. I usually end up carrying mine from the shoulder strap, but I just use like one strap. I just keep it on there all the time. I don't switch them out. I should look at my straps though. I'm sure I have some cute ones that I could switch out. Kind of like my planner covers. I don't switch those out either. Ew, the Star Wars stuff. I don't even like, I'm not even into Star Wars, but I just love the whole like, ooh, represent the geeks. I love it. So I'm like, yes. Someone put that one back upside down. I was thinking about using the do not, there is no try for my little quote on the other screen where I had the blank space and I put a quote in. Oh, and there's a thing where you can text, sign up for Star Wars collection notifications. That's cool. Let's see. Oh, sticker pack trio. Those look more like sticky notes than stickers, but okay. Oh, the quote I had, that was, no, the quote I have out now is Benjamin Franklin, I think. So you're saying that do or not do, there is no try. Oh, how pretty. Oh, those pens are cool. May the force be with you. Oh, damn it. I was saying like, wait a minute. My Thursday stream might be on May 4th, but it's going to be on May 5th. Damn it. That would have been so beautiful. So beautiful. Maybe I should do a special Wednesday stream this week instead of Thursday, so we can all say, May the 4th be with you. Oh, there's more down here. I love these little sticky note cubes. I think I've mentioned before, I'm pretty sure it would turn into a cat toy very fast, so I'm not going to get it, but yeah. Star Wars sticky notes package. It looks like that's some sort of like desk organization, something or other. Can't always tell because like in the package things look different sometimes. Oh, I just want to go and touch it all. More pens. Individual wet erase markers, $1. Yeah, I would so love that. There are some colors I go through way faster than others. And then more of the colored pens, more pen packs. Ooh, and we can see some stuff back here too. Due to the depth of field, it's a little hard to like pick out what it is, but yeah. Okay. Apparently I'm starting to lose steam because I'm looking at this and I want to be there, but I'm also just feeling slightly less goofy, I guess, which isn't always a bad thing, but it also means that I'm probably less entertaining. Here's some small marker pack containers. I love that little drawing. That's adorable. And I like this stuff in the background so we can kind of get an idea of how the stuff is laid out. Oh, where you can test the pens, of course. There's some water bottles back there. I've said it before and I will say it again. Erin Condren is very much missing out on the whole coffee mug thing. Very much missing out. They need to like come up with a whole line of coffee mugs. And yes, I am a coffee addict. Me and my coffee addiction are in a very good place. Okay, let's move on. Ooh, and now we get to see this. We saw it in the background. I get to see it. All the planny packs. I love the way they've put it in the hexagons. That's so cute. So cute. And it looks like those are little washi tapes. And the umbrellas. I do have this umbrella. It's a good one. It's sturdy. It's probably expensive as far as umbrellas go in general, but it's not like a cheap one that's going to break on you real fast. Like, it is good. It holds up well. I've used it many a time. Little sticky notes, yay. Yeah, the water bottles with the wide mouths are easier to put ice in. I had an Erin Condren tumbler cup, not this one. I had one that I got in a seasonal surprise box, and then it just started getting beat up after a while. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't use this anymore. Ooh, using a planny pack for your son's EpiPen is a great idea. My mom has one of these. I gave it to her, and this is one of those like expanding things. So it has like 5, and then it kind of like comes out accordion style. My mom uses these for her sewing stuff, because sometimes she travels and does like she's not like a professional sewer or anything, but like sometimes she has like her sewing group that she goes to, and so she'll use that to pack her sewing stuff if she's bringing her stuff places. And then I've also seen, I think on the Erin Condren website, but I've seen them being used for toiletries for travel and stuff like that. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have given that to my mom. Maybe I could have used it myself. It's okay. All of the things. Like, seriously, they just need to box up one of everything and send it my way. I will manage it eventually. Ooh, sticker books and sticky notes. Alrighty, so we have our Too Cool for School. So I'm thinking that's probably the thing from last year. And this is a sticky note roll. Okay. More stickers up here. I'm guessing that's probably a sticky note book. I can't quite tell, but just from context. Ooh, the store opened at 10 a.m. and you were the only one there for half an hour. That is awesome to know. I love how they have a sample sticky note thing out for this, so you could like give it a shot. That's adorable. All of these are awesome. Just the fact that I can see a bunch of them on a store shelf is still like so new and novel, and I love it. Dashboards, snap-in bookmarks, yay! I think I ended up switching out the snap-in bookmarks that I bought after my Shop With Me stream. I ended up switching to the 𝗬𝗏𝗡 ones. You guys will see that in my haul. Yeah, they were just too pretty. I just had to. It looks like they don't have them right here. Maybe they're probably all in a separate section or something in the store, is my guess. Okay. Then more. Ooh, okay. So it looks like those are, okay, event stickers like they have in the back of the planners. So if you can get separate ones. Oh, and these are the little, I think these are the sticky notes that have little tabs on top. I love that. Okay, and we saw a couple of these in the last picture, but we're seeing it at like a different angle now so we can get more detail. If you're an insider and give them your email address and you're paying, you get insider points to your account. Ooh, good to know. Good to know. Oh, living near here would be so dangerous for me. They would get all of my money. All of my money. I kind of equate it to like back in the day when I was obsessed with makeup and like all of my spare money went to makeup. And then I decided to work at Sephora over winter holidays once, over Christmas. Well, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and into the new year. And oh man. Oh, any extra money I had went towards makeup at that store. When I like look back and think of all the makeup I bought when I was obsessed with makeup, and I'm like, and I don't really even wear this a lot anymore. But at the time, it was so worth it. So I can't really regret it because at the time it was worth it. Ooh, softbound notebooks. All right, let us look. Ooh, there's the wedding shoes covers. Okay. Oh, we have these big metal bookmarks. I love these shiny covers. They look so pretty. I know I've seen this one and this one on the website, but those are just gorgeous. Obsessions are common with ADHD. Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure you know this, but like when you have ADHD, like to me, there's a difference between an obsession and a hyperfocus. A hyperfocus is like, for anybody who doesn't know, like you get like stuck on something. So like you can concentrate on it for like hours and hours and like nothing else matters. So like, for example, because I'm a nerd, I'm going to use this. When I first got Zelda Breath of the Wild, that video game was my hyperfocus for a month straight. And literally all I did was play that game, go to work, eat, and sleep. I had a couple of appointments, but all of my spare time was this game. All of my spare time. And so that's, I think, the longest hyperfocus I've had, but often I have them that like last for a couple weeks and I just can't like focus on anything else while I'm doing that. And so like hyperfocuses for me happen a lot more than obsessions, whereas like the makeup obsession for me lasted a few years. I think I was probably obsessed with makeup starting in like 2007, 2008, and then I really stopped caring so much around 2016. Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah, it's a Zelda game. It's the only Zelda game I've ever played, but yeah, it's a Zelda game. And yes, I was obsessed with it for a month straight. And then casually picked it up here and there. I think I've mentioned right now I'm playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. It was a hyperfocus for me for like 2 or 3 weeks back in April. It's very hard luckily the LifePlanner release was like interesting enough that I could like tear myself away. They were kind of like dual hyperfocuses. So like for me, like hyperfocuses are more short-term and the obsessions are more like long-term. You don't have Five Below here, but the Zelda sword keychain sounds awesome. The covers in the background, thank you for pointing that out to me. Oh, they're so pretty. Well, that homeschool life, you know that ADHD loves company. So, I wouldn't be surprised if I was on the Asperger's or autism spectrum as well, but I think ADHD, like, doesn't necessarily, it fits a little bit better for what I actually struggle with, but I definitely relate to some of the other stuff. Too. Oh, you're showing me the covers that are displayed there on the blue wall. Nice. There's the new ones. Hey. Woo! Love it. So pretty. I kind of want that notebook now. I don't need another notebook. I have so many notebooks I haven't written in. I want that notebook. Ooh, I think this is the seasonal surprise box where you're saying, ooh, that's a good one. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is not, this is wedding planning essentials? Or is that, yeah. Yeah, I think that's wedding planning essentials, not seasonal surprise box. What, you know what? It's still pretty. I'm guessing that's a wedding planner. I'm not getting married. I mean, I'd like to someday, but I'm not going to anytime soon. But like, apart from that, everything else in there is awesome that I want. I really wish that, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that because you can get the green wedding shoes covers on the life planners and other things, But it always makes me feel a little bit weird when I'm like, oh, that wedding planner cover is so pretty, I want that. I'm like, but I'm not getting married. And then it makes me a little sad that I'm alone. And then I'm like, actually, I prefer to be single if the other alternative is dating the wrong person. I've made that mistake before. Definitely of the like, I'm not into dating someone just to date them just to have someone category, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Ooh, pretty. More pens, notebooks, stickers. Ooh, what's this? Is this the seasonal surprise box? Yes! Okay, yay. All right, the seasonal surprise box. Oh, and here's the card that shows everything that's in it. Woo! So it looks like it's stickers and a bag that looks kind of like a lunch bag. Is that like a pencil case, maybe? That could, okay, let's actually look at this thing. Okay, so that's the bag. Page markers. It looks like that's like a pen or something in a case. Oh, cute. I love the like lavender theme. So pretty. I think I mentioned this, but I'm usually not as much of a fan of summer colors, so I probably won't get the summer one, but I want to get the fall one when that comes out. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. And you're right, there really are only a couple left. Metal straw and cleaner. Awesome. Okay, I should say awesome like in general. I'm like one of those people that just cannot stand metal straws. It's a sensory thing for me. They just feel gross, and so do paper straws. Luckily, unless I'm drinking out of a tumbler cup like this and it's a reusable straw anyway, I'm not a huge straw person. I don't go out and get soft drinks very often. Occasionally I'll grab like a Starbucks or something, but like I don't feel too bad about my aversion to metal and paper straws, like from an environmental standpoint, because I'm like, I don't actually go through that many straws. For me, a lot of the paper straws, it's a taste thing. I've never gotten tested or like tested myself, but my family thinks I might be a super taster because I am very picky. Ooh, and this was the reusable bag you're talking about, how you got that. Ooh, let's see. This is the sticker book. Okay. Those are the Snap-in bookmarks that I ended up getting. Yay! I'm glad I'm not the only one thinking the paper straws are the worst. I understand that, like, where they're coming from, but they taste bad and they feel icky. I could get over the feel icky. It's the taste bad that I'm like, no, cannot do it. With the metal straws, it's partially a mouthfeel thing and it's partially a noise thing. So these are like the dual tip markers that have like the chisel tip thing, like the new ones that came out. So pretty. I think I got these. I hope I got those. Ah, and the Star Wars markers. That's so pretty. The metallic markers. Oh, I want to know how those are. Those look good. I almost got those. Yeah, the bookmarks are gorgeous. I agree. I'm glad I ended up changing out my bookmarks for these now. And I think I got one of the covers too. Oh, earth tone markers. I see. Okay, so I got a different set. Oh, so pretty. And then, you know, you have the reusable bag. Okay, I absolutely love these bags. I think I've talked about this before. But the reusable bags that like fold up and then have the elastic strap. These are amazing for me because I can never remember to bring my own reusable bags to the stores. And in my area, if you don't bring your own and you like want a bag, you have to buy it. And so I just have a bunch of these. Only one's Erin Condren, but I have a few different ones that I just keep in my purse. And my purse is a big black hole anyway, so it doesn't take up that much space, comparatively speaking. And so, yeah, I always have like 3 usable bags on me and I don't have to worry about buying them. The big blue IKEA bags. I've never gotten a big blue IKEA bag. The Erin Condren bag I got was, it's from the Woven Wonder Year. It was one of the free gifts with purchase, and at the time, I didn't use reusable bags. I have to say, I was a little salty when my area stopped doing like normal plastic grocery bags, because I used them as garbage bags. And now that they don't do them in the grocery stores anymore, like you can't even do them at all. It's either like paper or like really thick plastic ones or reusable ones. And, or you bring your own bag. In my area, it's a whole regulatory thing they put into practice a couple years ago. But yeah, I was like super salty because now I have to buy trash bags. I'm like, I didn't have to buy trash bags before, and now I have to buy trash bags. And if you look, like, I am using the same, okay, I'm probably using, in grand scheme of things, slightly fewer plastic bags, but it's not negating my use of plastic bags, and in fact, it has upped my consumption of reusable bags. So, yes, I agree that those trash bags are great, like small trash bags. And in my kitchen, it took me a really long time to get a big trash bin, and so I would just use them in there. And my trash was under my counter, so when it like started not quite being able to close, as long as it didn't smell bad, it was okay. Unfortunately, as much as I love coffee, I hate the smell of coffee grounds, and so my trash does start to get a little smelly with the grounds if it's not like under a counter or cupboard or something. Ooh, more! Ooh, bag strap, dashboard, so pretty! Oh, those are adorable! Designer sticker book, Star Wars, yes! Travel stickers, oh, I love the metallic on those. That's so well done. So, so well done. I think that was the last one. Thank you so much for sending that. That's amazing. I had so much fun looking at everything. Let me go ahead and get my webcam set up on my other thing real fast. I think we're mostly done with the screen share. Sorry, I forgot that when I move my screen with this webcam, it actually moves the camera. I'm used to not having to worry about it. So, it's not all the photos. Yes, that is enough for tonight. My throat is very much getting hoarse and not used to me talking so much. It's like, you don't work in a call center anymore. You don't have to strain your voice all the time anymore. I'm like, no. I stream now. Get used to it. What did I do? I did something on my end. Oh, there we go. Okay. It wasn't icky, it was just like not pretty. Good night, Desiree. I'm mostly just like trying, you know what? If I'm literally doing this just so I can sign off, then there's not really much point. So, again, thank you for the pictures. I had so much fun, and thank you guys for helping me test my new setup and work out a couple of the kinks. I will be back tomorrow for the weekly planner news. Maybe we'll have some more teacher planner news by tomorrow. I personally doubt it, but we will keep our fingers crossed. Regardless, you know, we can talk about some of the stuff that, you know, has come up, what we're looking forward to, what we can expect, little tidbits I've gleaned from the affiliate groups and things like that. And so this, I mean, tomorrow's gonna be fun. Might look at some of these photos again, we'll see. I'm honestly just gonna get up tomorrow and see how I feel. So yes, please come tomorrow, 2:30 Pacific. Please also give this a thumbs up. That helps me so, so much. And I want to thank everybody for coming, and especially for everybody watching the replay. Please let me know in the comments if the chat is working well for you. Again, I am going to make the text a little bit bigger. I just didn't do it live here, but I will do that so that it is big as the other screen, and I will hopefully troubleshoot my camera. Though it sounds like the camera isn't as big of a deal for you guys. So, have a great evening, everybody, and a great week, whether or not I see you. Take care, and thank you again for watching. Bye!